Good afternoon, everyone. It is August 4th, 3:37 p.m. Central Time. We are in a 7210 John Deere, a 1475 New Holland. We are swathing bracytic dwarf BMR sorghum Sudan grass, and you talk about a monster. It took me a long time. We got a little rain shower this morning. I had to quit for a little bit, but it took me a long time to get it set so I could get the right ground speed and get that machine set so I could eat this hay. I had some trouble with some slip clutches on the auger. There is tonnage here. You know what? I know it's going to be strung out. I've never done one. We're going to do we're not gonna. I was thinking about trying a bale count contest, but the problem with that is I wanted to do some baleage and some dry hay. Most of this will be dry hay. Hopefully, that's the plan. Some of it will be baleage, just because I'm getting late enough. I'm worried about a second cutting. I should get one, but I want to put some into baleage, so I have some baleage for this winter of sorghum sudan. And this should have been cut at least 2 weeks ago. I really wanted to cut it 3 weeks ago, but we haven't had a big enough weather window to get it done. You know, I struggled with getting my teff grass put up. We are moving along about the speed of smell there. So we're just, I mean, monstrous windrows. We're gonna get to test that 569 out when the day comes on this. So, I really wanted to get this cut today. There's 44 acres in this field, and it is goofy shaped as can be. I got some corn right there. It don't look too bad, other than I had a row messed up on the planter once in a while. You can see that show up. So we got tonnage. I was worried about having hay. We got her coming right here. So, okay, my goal was to get this put up and get a second cutting. Bale, dry bale first cutting, wet wrap second cutting. Well, I think this time we're going to try and do a little bit of baleage on first cutting, because I honestly am thinking if it was all 5x5, I guess, round bales, dry hay, there would probably be somewhere around 300 of them in this field. Just, that's my estimate. So that really ruins the contest too. So there, we're definitely not doing one. Hands in the way. So no, I just wanted to do an update of this stuff. It did get, what did I put on here? About 50 pounds of nitrogen and sulfur. And this is where the cows were. They were here until May 1st. We worked them, hauled them to grass. I think May 2nd we picked up fence. Did some odds and ends cleaning up there. That was May 3rd we picked up fence. And we dissed. This was corn stalks where the cane and where that corn was. That was milo stalks. And we dissed her down. And I drilled this, I think it was May 15th. I know there's a video on YouTube of drilling this stuff. And it was drier than a popcorn fart. And I was wondering if I was going to have anything. I mean, it was terrible dry when I was putting this seed in the ground. We caught a little rain, got it up the 1st of June. And the last half of June and most of July, we've had pretty good rains. So it's grown pretty well. We should get good regrowth. My question is it going to be on frost? That is going to be our limiting factor. If it gets about as tall as it is right there and we get a frost, I'm going to let it stand and we'll graze it in the spring. If it gets a little taller like that there, where them dark ones are, we'll knock her down and bale it, and we'll probably drill rye or wheat or something like that in here for spring grazing. We got a calve on this again. There's this 45 acres where this cane is, sorghum sudan, sorghum, whatever you want to call it. There's about 45, 50 acres of native prairie hay right there. I usually put that up for hay, pardon the sunflowers, that's where the bale pile was. I don't think I'm going to put that up for hay this year. I'm going to let her stand, let the cows eat it in the spring. We hit it pretty hard this spring. Excuse me. So we're going to leave it for that. We get past the trees. Look at that stuff, just monstrous. I mean, tonnage. You can't even hardly see the far side of this windrower head over there. Now you can. So, and then you can see far over there, there's a cornfield. That's also mine by that fertilizer tank. We'll have those corn stalks. On the other side of this trees right here, there's, I don't know, 15 or 20 acres of native grass hay also. That I'm going to put up for hay. Most of it I could not graze for ease of fencing. So I'm going to cut that down here in the next couple days. So we're going to put some hours on the old tractor. I obviously am not going to get this done today. I'll probably come back tonight after supper and work on it a couple hours. If we can get 3 or 4 hours, we can get a bunch of it knocked down. So then my goal for tomorrow would be to cut the rest of this and cut that little patch of grass hay. And then Thursday, if everything works out, I want to go cut my third cut in alfalfa. And it's rank. I was just by there coming down here from home, and it's starting to go down. I mean, there is going to be hay over there. I'm going to take a wild stab, and we're going to get as many bales over there on third cut as we did first and second cut combined. So, we'll see. I might do a contest over there. We'll make it fun, because I don't think I told you how many bales I got on first and second cut. So, that might be a fun way. We might try that over there. So, but nope, just slow going. This is my 4th round around the outside. It's kind of goofy because these roads here I'm on, it's a ½ mile plus from the road down here to the end just because it's crooked. But and then east and west along the north road, they're probably 1/4 mile. Yeah. So it's kind of a goofy shaped field. This little finger isn't very big. I mean, the trees are the other side of it. But I think there's 40. When I drilled it, if I remember right, there was 44 acres of sorghum sudan here. So, just wanted to do an update on this. Saw some other guys bragging about their forage sorghum, hay graze, or whatever they want to call it. So I wanted to brag about mine a little bit. We are in north central Kansas yet. Most of my hay is in Kansas. Actually, it all is, except for a little bit this year. A little bit of grass hay. Just because usually the cows spend down here, so the only hay I gotta haul home usually is what I'll feed to my calves when I wean. Which, speaking of fall goings-ons, sorry, gotta get that moved. That's coming up rapidly. I don't know if I'll get you on any videos, but it'd be cool to. Working some calves, we'll definitely get some once they're weaned and home. I'm gonna plan on weaning them after the week, and the first week after and the second week after Labor Day is the plan on when we're gonna wean. So we're gonna do we'll do preconditioning and that kind of stuff beforehand. But we can talk through that when we got them weaned. Might just have a pin side chat, talk about weaning them, what we used for medications, vaccines. What the plan is with them, feed ration, all that good stuff. So that'll probably be what happens there, is we'll just talk about that some evening after doing chores and watching eat some corn maybe, or hay, maybe some sorghum sudan baleage if we get her all put up. So alrighty, well, I'm gonna keep going around here. I mean, look at that monstrous stuff. That back there where that dark green is, that is 7 foot tall. So it's just a monster. I mean, all this right here is 5 foot tall almost. Probably is. It is 5 foot tall. I know it is. So it's just crazy. So here's some curves. We're on the other side of the trees I was just talking about. There's the trees on the other side. So This little finger don't amount to much, but there's some long rows in it. Usually it produces pretty good. So, that other, get behind me. There's that other grass patch back there I was talking about that I will be haying. So we'll see how it works out time-wise. We're gonna run the windrow or swather here for several days, and hopefully Saturday we'll do some baling. We'll see how it goes. Maybe even Friday evening. Friday's gonna be a big day though. I got a lot of miles to do for work, hauling seed, which is kicking into gear pretty good. Some guys doing deer plots. There's guys getting ready to do wheat, winter wheat. Cover crop yet still behind wheat. There's still guys planting forages. And you know what? Stuff like this, I wouldn't be afraid to plant it this time of year, even if you left it for grazing crop. You know, I like putting up hay, but you know, I'm also a fan that if you can save the diesel fuel and the labor and the equipment repairs, let the cows harvest it. So then you got the manure spread, you don't have to haul that back. So I prefer grazing over haying, but you got it. Hay is a necessity. So I do think I've got a chunk of this sold, hopefully half of it. And if I keep half of it, I'm gonna have more than enough hay. My teff grass, I got it put up. I don't know if we did a final video, but I'll give you a heads up on what we did there. I got 58 bales on 34 acres, and while that stuff was in the windrow, it got 4.5 inches of rain on it. So, you know, we got it dried out. It did pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as teff grass should be, but it'll be as good as this prairie hay is, or better. So, smelled good. It doesn't have a lot of color. It got bleached out, but it smells good, and it'll be good hay. So. I'm going to probably use that to wean calves on. And that's okay using some lower nutrition hay to wean calves on. Otherwise, you give them, yeah, you could give them this, but I don't like to. It's a little hard on their gut, I think. But dang sure can't give them alfalfa. They'll bloat in a heartbeat. So we'll give them some grass hay. It'll probably be teff grass this year. But that's where I'm at. So I mean, I really wish I got it cut before it headed, but just the way the weather didn't work. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll take a shortcut and in 45 days. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That'd get us to the middle of September. I could probably take a cut and in. And then I know I won't get any regrowth before it dies from frost. But we'll see what happens. So, alrighty. Well, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.